Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Cross. Cross. Check three.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Okay, ready? General West. Here we go, D.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a carry for Lindsay. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Let's go.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock is...
And the pressure gets to him again. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Returnable here for Davis. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
And I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is a short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
X3. 218, jump. He's checking, he's getting.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Throw left side, it's reeled in by Hamilton. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
we go, here we go. 10-2 stop. Topper, topper.
11-3. He's coming.
On the ball.
He's coming, double up.
Big rip, big rip.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Ready? 90, Wolf. 34. 80 weapon. Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ready.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Max 50, Max 50.
Hey, stand off.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, at 8:20 kickoff Eastern Time, 5:20 in California. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's coming this way, here we go.
Go to 50.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Gary Jennings, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Being chased out left.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. On 1st down, Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Every school. Mike 51. Mike 51. There's a party.
Leo. Kill. Hey, Delta. Let's go.
Now to the air, Locke. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is the tight end fan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Locke now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hamilton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's get them home. Switch.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Fitzgerald. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Keep it up. 51 to Mike.
Recon, 132 fighter, snap.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Out. Ready?
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Larry Fitzgerald. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded at the 2. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. In for the score. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Because special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Replenish the win. Let's go.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jennings. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 626.
Here's Rodgers. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
258.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
I'm going back to you.
Rodgers now. From the gun, he'll throw. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Inside, 319. Protein
Now Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Go. Hey, box truck.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Larry Fitzgerald, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Broncos will extend their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Escaping the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Adams. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run up a bunch more plays.
Check him.
Charlie, front left, Charlie.
I got you, son.
On second down, it's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I know he ain't got it.
From the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Ready, set.
44's the Mike. Silver. Six guys. Check six.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check hot route. Hot five.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, orbit.
49, check 49, check 49.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom. Get it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Get him.
Now.
It's a give to Freeman running right. Freeman a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
17.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Down. 30 base. You 6'6", pull it high.
Double tight. 4 down.
Ready.
The backup Rob Kelly, his first carry. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a first and 10.
Stop right there. 4 down, 4 down.
General West.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come to our world. We want to.
Again, this is Kelly. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Greystone travel. Hey, Alpha.
Right here, guys. Fight 51.
Go.
51. Let's go. 51 to mine.
5.
Shotgun snapped a lot. He's got his tight end fan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We own them.
Kelly tries the right side. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got it.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
258. Check my 21. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All day. Wide. Jump out. Big edge.
Again, it's Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Get it.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they too will exit with a 2-1 record.